Hello there, this is Deborah, and today I am making a custom order. I'm going to be using the No Dice cookware. This is a aluminum cast iron. Oh my goodness, this thing works so good. The name of it is called Cozy Village. It makes about 6 cups, 1.4 liters, and I use this because it makes some amazing bath bombs. It's a really firm pan, and it's not flimsy, so it works out really good. Now, a lot of people use this pan to make cakes because it really makes beautiful cakes. But I'm going to be using it for my bath bombs. I also have my little silicone mold that I've had for a little while, and it don't do me right when time to make bath bombs, so I'm not sure if I'm going to use that at all. Also, I'm going to be using some lights here. These are activated, I call them ice cube, glowing ice cube lights. They go in drinks of any kind, I guess, and once the water hits them, it activates them because they are activated. So as you can see right now, they're off, but once they hit moisture, hit them, they come on, and you can see all the beautiful colors. This is a multi-color little cubes here. I've been using these for about 2 years, so I really like using them in my bath bombs, the ones that I put surprises in. That's one thing about bath bombs. You really want to kick up your game a little bit and do bath bombs like other people are not doing, because you don't find them in the store like that a lot of times. So custom bath bombs are really a good idea to do. And it's not always so good to just do all round bath bombs, because you see a lot of round bath bombs. But you want to be creative and just really step out and just make a lot of different kinds of bath bombs. And that's what I do. I find something that will hold a bath bomb, and I will stick a bath bomb in it. You will see. Now today I'm going to be using witch hazel for this particular recipe, because this particular recipe that I have, it calls for witch hazel. You can use alcohol, and some people use water. I've never used water in my bath bombs, and I probably will never will, because I've used alcohol, the 90% alcohol, and the witch hazel. The witch hazel is a really good wet ingredients for your bath bombs. But whatever you've used or like using, you know, that works out for you. But this works out good for me. There is some recipes that I will use my alcohol, but I don't use water whatsoever. But that's not saying I couldn't. I just don't. If this is your first time making bath bombs, I would give you this advice as to don't give up if it doesn't come out right the first time, because humidity and bath bombs, they don't go good together. Okay, they don't go good together. And in here, it's a lot of humidity for some reason. I can tell by the way my mixture feel. Now, if you're using a mixture, I can't talk here. Let's get this right here. If you're using a mixer, a KitchenAid, which I don't have. I love KitchenAids. I don't got one. But anyway, if I was using my KitchenAid for this, it would be fine, because I'm already, I guess, what you would call a pro at making bath bombs. I've been doing this for about 5 years now. But if you've never made bath bombs before, and this is your first time, you want to use your hands like you see me doing right here. You want to get down and dirty. And you can see I got a mess, because you really need a bigger pan, but you're still going to get a little messy because this stuff is pretty airborne. I usually, in a batch, a mix this size, I put about 15 squirts. But there is no rule of thumb to that, because when you fill your mix and it's still dry, you need to put a little more, or you might need to put less. So that's why you want to use your hands, and you want to feel as you mix this, because you really want your mix to get a little to feel heavy, but not too heavy. If it's too heavy, you've gotten too much liquid in it, so you don't want to put too much of the wet agent. But you want to keep mixing and mixing till you get a nice consistency, that when you press it together, that it stays together. You want all these ingredients to come together and stay together. That's pretty important in making bath bombs. My very first bath bomb, I was like, what happened? And I just thought, I can't do this. But then, you know, I'm the type of person like, okay, I'm trying this again. I don't care. And I just kept trying it and tried. And then I kept feeling the consistency of the ingredients. And I was like, oh, that's it. That's it. And then I'd come up with another recipe. Oh, that's it. That's it. But now pretty much I'm pretty comfortable with this particular recipe because it is a tried and true recipe. And I will put in the description box this recipe for you in a small a little bit smaller, so as you get comfortable with it, so you'll feel better with it. Am I making sense here? What I'm trying to say is I'm going to give you a small recipe, and if it works out good, and if it don't, you haven't had any loss. If your bath bombs don't come out good, you can still dry them out and make angel dust. So you can just put the in a bag, and my customers buy it like that too because they like to be able to dip it out as well. So there's so many things you can still do. It's not a total loss. As you can see, I'm still mixing. It still wasn't firm enough. So I'm taking my whisk right now, and I'm just, because it, take a little muscles there, and I'm really going to stir it really, really firm until I get a really kind of heavy. Once it starts feeling heavy, that means all the ingredients has come together and doing what it's supposed to do. Two of the main ingredients that's in bath bombs is baking soda and citric acid. You put those two ingredients together, you're going to get a chemical reaction. And that chemical reaction is going to be like bubbles and fizz. It's going to be carbonated. Let's put it that way. When it hits the water, it's definitely going to be carbonated because you're going to get the bubbles and everything. Now, there are some other ingredients that's very important that goes in here as well. So, like I said, it will be in the description area for you. What I'm doing right now is I'm scooping out because I'm going to make two different colors, sort of a pastel color to go into the pans here, this pan. Normally I use blooming. I just bloom, and what blooming means is the colorants and let it set, to get really firm. Some people take the baking soda and citrus acid together, and you can bloom it together, which works out really good too. And once you let it bloom, then you just take, once it dries, you want to make it small enough so you can put it in different sections of your pan. But I went to put my embeds in, and I noticed they was a little bit too old. I stuck them in the water, and they didn't do what they were supposed to do. So I was like, okay, that's a waste. I don't know what people do with their embeds when they get like that, but I'm not using them. If they're not fizzing around, and that's one of the things that's supposed to fizz around really good, it's not going to be around. I don't know. You might be able to do something different with it, but I've never tried. Shame on me. It's probably a waste. I don't know. I try not to waste products. Usually when my products are almost at the 6-month period and they're not sold, I just start, making sure that I bless someone with them so they can enjoy them, so they're just not sitting around and going to waste. What I'm doing right now is I'm adding my my glowing lights here. And you can see I'm pressing down, and because the ingredient's a little wet, it did light up. I just really like using these lights here. There is no wrong and right way to put them in. Now for me, I like to put everything in a formatted way, so I put everything the same way. That's just my preference that I like doing. Let's see, I'm just trying to think of all the things I can tell you. Oh yeah, now I have 6 cavities here, and I took out 6 glowing lights. And the reason I did that is because there's times that I've made bath bombs before, and I've had like 5 or 6 cavities, and I've had 5 or 6 little toys or gifts that I'm going to put inside of the bath bombs. And once I made the bath bombs, I look and there's one left. I'm like, oh my goodness, which one was it in? And I was going to put on the packaging a surprise. So because that happened to me, I don't put surprise. I just, if it's a toy that a child can get choked on or something, I make sure to let the parent know, the person that's responsible, to let them know on the packaging that there is choking ingredients, choking object there. So they're just not, the kid's not playing with a little toy and put it in their mouth and choke on it. I let the parent know that there is a little toy in here and it's small. And I don't even recommend kids using my bath bombs without parent supervision if the child is under 3, actually under 5 if you want to. You know, you want to make sure that a parent is around to know what's inside of your bath bombs. You don't want to make bath bombs and not put everything that's in the bath bomb. As well as if you put toys, you want to make sure if they're choking things that they can choke on, you want to put that down somewhere on your bath bombs, okay? If you're selling them. If they're for your family, you can tell them something different. You can tell them that's what's in it or something. Or you can watch your child, make sure they're not going to be putting it in their mouth. Also, I'm adding color here. This is some liquid coloring. You want to make sure that you use the right colors if you're going to sell mica or some people use food coloring, but I don't ever use food coloring on any products that I'm selling because the FDA regulation want you to use certified bath bomb colors. So if you put food coloring, don't sell it, okay? Nobody, you might not get caught, but you're going to know that it was the wrong thing to do, okay? Because I'm telling you, and you can read about it, you don't want to put food coloring and sell it. If you're using it for yourself, personal, that's your business. But for me and my household, I'm going to use the right thing because I don't want any troubles, and I like to make good products, good quality products that my customers enjoy. And I have a lot of customers, and I don't want to disappoint them. I always try to do the best job. So if you're doing this to sell, it doesn't cost that much to buy the certified colorants that you need for your bath bombs, the mica that you use. So just be aware of that because there's a lot of people that, you know, are selling bath bombs, and maybe they don't know that. I don't know, but when I'm going to do a bath bomb tutorial, I'm going to be talking about it because I wouldn't want to see anybody get in trouble and say they didn't know. I don't like to leave anything out when I'm doing things. I like to tell you everything I'm doing. I guess you can tell I was an instructor, a floor design instructor for almost 25 years. So as an instructor, I'm always like to tell a person what you need when you're doing something and just share it with you. I don't have a problem with telling you what I use in my products. Now there is some products that I've did a lot of homework and I have came up with my own designs or something, and if I don't share that with you, don't feel bad because I did a lot of homework, and that's where your part come in at, to do your homework as well. But as far as things like this and some other things, sure, I'll share it with you and just wish you the best. And if you have any problems and you need to talk to me, you can always get in touch with me on Instagram, or you can leave a comment down in the comment section. That's the way it is. You gotta, you know, when you're doing a YouTube video, you really want to help the person that's making your products be able to be successful. That's all it is to it. So I've put the color in. It's a real light color here. I'm going to hand paint these, and further down the line you will see where I have painted them and how I package my products as well. So I hope you enjoy this video, and I know I'm talking a lot. Well, my camera just cut off. Hopefully I didn't lose too much footage here. I just looked up and said, oh, the red light's off. Oh my goodness. But anyway, what I'm doing now is just packing them. I'm getting ready to pour them out. And this is what I really love about the No Dice cookware. And I have about 6 or 7 of these pans. They're not cheap, but I was able to get a lot of these pans off of eBay. And I bid on them, and this particular pan, I think I bid on it, and I think this pan was about almost $40, but I was able to get it for like $15, so that is a steal to me. And then a lot of the pans I found at yard sales and places like that. This is just not going to come out on its own. Now I did do a video earlier where I used cyclomenticone and a dryer sheet to show that you can put in these no dice pans to get them out, make them come out a lot easier. So what I'm doing here is taking a rubber mallet and just kind of hammering them, and there, voila, there you go. I got one just a little bit cracked, but because it's still soft, I can push it together, but once it dries, it's going to have a crack in it. But if you can press it back together, it's fine. This one didn't come out, so I'm just going to hammer it. And let's see what we got here. Okay. Well, I just broke that one off. So you really don't want to hammer them in your hand. I probably should have put it down on the table and hammer it, but that's okay. I'll use that one as a demo there. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and push these to the side. And I'm coming to an end with this video. But hopefully just keep watching. I will make some more bath bomb videos because I have some more orders coming up. And I will explain more about the ingredients and what it takes to make a really nice bath bomb. Thank you so much. I hope you enjoy the pictures and I hope you enjoy this video. Have an awesome and a blessed day. Bye now.